Well, good morning, folks. Welcome back to the channel, and I thank each and every one of you for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers. And I'm still out here experimenting with this micro balloon fairing compound. It's micro balloons, and well, let me just show you. See? Micro balloons. Okay. But anyway, I'm still out here experimenting with this fairing compound, and this morning, instead of mixing it to peanut butter like consistency, I mixed it to more of a really thick pancake syrup, thick milkshake type consistency, and it seems like that's going to work out a little bit better. It just seems to flow a little bit better. Plus, you know, I was concerned before about maybe having some issues with it sagging on these vertical surfaces, but it seems to want to cling to those vertical surfaces just fine. So I don't think I'm going to have any issues with runs. I don't think there's going to be any problem with sagging. Now on this corner right here, now I built that up and I just decided to leave that like that. I'll come back and sand that down later, and that's just to help fill these corners right there, because the corners do tend to be a little thin. Anytime you put any kind of a filler, paint, anything over a corner like that, it's going to be thinner right there. It's just the way it flows. So we're going to let that dry. We're going to come out here and sand on it some more. As you can see, I've been sanding just a little bit right in this area here where I applied that fairing compound in that last video. And then of course I came back and filled in some of those spots there, some of the little pockets and pinholes and what have you, with this little bit thinner fairing compound this morning. So we'll see how it goes. I will probably have to come out and do this a couple of times to get it smooth like I want it, and to fill up all that fiberglass weave and you know, places like this right here. I don't know if you can see that. I'll probably have to come out and hit that again real light. But anyway, that's all I have for you for right now. I'll get back out here when it dries, and we'll see what it looks like. I will see you in the next segment. Okay, folks, it's been about maybe 10 minutes since that last segment. I decided to come out and address that excess buildup right there on that corner right there. I just took the Bondo paddle and just worked it around that corner, and if I need to, after I sand, I can come out and build up a little bit more on that corner, put another little skim coat right there. But that's it. I just wanted to show you that, and I'll be right back. Okay, folks, I'm still at it, fairing and sanding, as you can see right there. Got a ways to go. That is by no means the finished product. I'm going to try something a little different. Remember, I said in that previous segment that I'm experimenting a little bit, so I'm going to try mixing it just a tad thinner, and I'm going to see if it'll go on with a paintbrush. I'll be right back. Okay, folks, I'm going to try this with a paintbrush. Win, lose, or draw, you get to watch it. And this is kind of what I'm looking for right here. You see, it's kind of a little bit runny. I don't want Dairy Queen Blizzard. If you ever had a blizzard at Dairy Queen, you know what I'm talking about. It's where they take the cup and turn it upside down to show you how thick it is. We're not looking for that. Well, okay, I should have known better. Medium speed hardener in this heat. Those two don't go together. But, all in all, not terrible. It looks like it's still best to spread that with the Bondo paddle as opposed to trying to brush it on. It just goes on too thick with the brush. And I guess I could mix it a little bit thinner, but actually it works best if I spread this with my finger, get it around that corner like I want. And that's all we're trying to do, is just get a nice even layer on that corner, and it actually will flow out. It'll flow out smooth, just like what you see right there as it sets up. All right, folks, next segment. Okay, folks, so I just finished up that little experiment, and I think I will have to stick to the Bondo paddles, but I'm going to be mixing it even thinner from here going forward. It seems to like the thinner consistency. As you can see right there, it's almost kind of like glass right there, and that's what I'm looking for. I want it to fill up this weave. I want it to fill this fabric up, and right here too, right in this radius, you can see how nice and smooth that is. And I'll just come back and touch that with some light sandpaper. Waiting for the jet to go by. I'll just touch that with some light sandpaper before I paint it. But I think we're getting there. I think we're figuring this stuff out. Once I get that figured out, it's going to go a whole lot faster. And then there is that. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, one more time. And I tried something a little different. I did not record that for you. But this time, I mixed it just a little bit thinner. Probably about like old pancake syrup at room temperature. And I just took, instead of putting it on the mortar board, wherever my mortar board's at, instead of pouring it on the mortar board, I just poured it straight out of the cup onto the bottom surface, and just worked it with the Bondo paddle. And it actually, for as thin as it was, it clings to those corners pretty good. So I think that's the way to go. I think I found I think I got the ticket there, y'all. So I will rock on with that. Hopefully tomorrow morning, the weather forecast is calling for 79 degrees. Now I can live with that, and so we'll see. We'll see what it actually turns out to be like. But if it's that nice and cool in the morning, I'm going to get out here and put down that last layer of fiberglass cloth. Okay, folks, I will see you here shortly. All right, I'm back. And as you can see there, I am just rocking on with the fairing work right there. Starting to move towards the back of the boat with that, and kind of getting the technique down now. This came out a whole lot smoother. I just blended it into the area that I had faired out previously. But yeah, it looks like I'm starting to get my technique down. This is going to require just a whole lot less sanding than this. So yeah, that's a good thing. But an even better thing is I've got a break in the weather, and I am going to get out here this morning and put down that last layer of fiberglass. And my grandson just walked up. All right, folks, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to get the camera set up here in a moment. I'm not going to record that whole process. I'm just going to record bits and pieces of it. You kind of get the idea. You saw me lay this side down, so I'll be right back in a moment. Okay, I'm 99% done now. Just got to work out these air bubbles right here and just finish working the bow. So that's it. We are done with the fiberglass work. All right, I will catch you in the next segment. And now we are 100% finished, and it is dry to the touch. I said we got a little bit of a break from the heat this morning. It wasn't much of a break. It's still pretty warm out here, and it didn't take very long for the resin to fire off. I had just enough time to get that done. But that's it. That's the bulk of the fiberglass work on the bottom of the hull. I've still got a little bit of fiberglassing to do back here around in the area of these float pods, but that's just little small stuff. For the most part, we are finished, and I will be able to get this edge knocked down right here. You know, I've talked about, you know, how this leaves kind of a little feather edge, and I'll get that sanded down later. We'll probably give that a day to set up. I'm not going to sand it right now. And of course, you know, I mentioned also those little fiberglass splinters that like to pop up everywhere. When you rub your hand over it, I'll do the same thing I did over here. I'll just run over it with some 220 grit sandpaper and get it nice and slick. And then, once that's done, we'll finish out the fairing. We'll finish turning the bottom red like that there, folks. So that's all I have for this video. That is going to wrap this one up. And as always, I do thank you all for watching. And let me get turned around here, the camera turned around here. As always, I do thank you all for watching, and God bless all of you. Have a blessed day, and as always, in all things, to God be the glory. Again, I do thank you for watching.